Chapter 8. In the News. Tuesday, October 14th, evening. This afternoon, while Michael Moskowitz was helping me with my algebra, he asked me a strange question. "Are you doing anything on Saturday evening?" A teacher came into the room before I could reply, but I knew what Michael was going to ask me. He wanted me to meet him on Saturday. He was going to help me. He was going to give me some extra algebra work. I don't want to do extra algebra, not on the weekend. Grandmère is very happy. She heard about my friendship with Tina Hakim Baba. Tina's father is a rich Saudi Arabian prince. He knows lots of other rich people. Wednesday, October 15th. When I got to school today, lots of kids were staring at me. Maybe there was something wrong with my hair. I went into the girls' room to look in the mirror. Some girls saw me. They ran out of the room laughing. Late morning. A weird thing just happened to me. Josh Richter, the most popular boy in the school, came up to me.
"Hi, Mia. How are you?"
he asked. I couldn't answer. Josh Richter never speaks to me. Then he bent down until his face was close to my face. His eyes are very blue.
"See you later,"
he said softly. Then he walked away. Principal Gupta's office. Now I know why everyone was staring at me. I know why the girls ran out of the girls' room. I know why they laughed at me. I know why Josh Richter spoke to me. My story is in the news. My picture is on the cover of the newspaper, the New York Post. The picture shows me leaving the Plaza Hotel on Sunday night. Over the photo are the words, Princess Amelia. Underneath the picture are the words, New York's Royal Princess. Mr. Giannini saw the picture on his way to work. He called my mom, but she didn't hear the phone, so he called my dad at the Plaza Hotel. My dad told him to bring me to Principal Gupta's office. While I waited for my dad, I looked at the New York Post on Principal Gupta's desk. I read the story about me. It was by a reporter called Carol Fernandez. She wrote about my mom and dad, too. She called my mom the black-haired artist, Helen Thermopolis. She called my dad the handsome Prince Philippe of Genovia. And she called me the tall and beautiful Princess of Genovia. Carol Fernandez must be crazy. I'm not beautiful.
"Mia, you're a princess,"
said Principal Gupta.
"Why didn't you tell me?"
I didn't want anyone to know, I said. Here comes my dad now. Afternoon. I'm mad with my dad. He made me stay at school and go back to my classes. You don't understand, Dad, I said. All the kids are laughing at me. Why did you tell Carol Fernandez about me?
"Me?"
said my dad in a surprised voice.
"I didn't tell that reporter anything."
Then he looked at Mr. Giannini. Mr. Giannini was standing by the door. His hands were in his pockets.
"It wasn't me," replied Mr. Giannini. "I didn't speak to Carol Fernandez. I hadn't heard of Genovia until this morning." "Well, somebody told the newspapers about Mia," said my dad. "I'm going to call Carol Fernandez and ask her."
Then he told Laws to go with me to my classroom. Dad, I don't need a bodyguard, I said.
"Mia," said my dad, "Genovia is a small country, but it's very rich. Maybe someone will try to kidnap you."
Dad, no one is going to kidnap me, I said. But my dad didn't listen. Now I have a bodyguard just like Tina Hakim Baba. Everyone will laugh at me even more. Late afternoon. Suddenly, I'm very popular. When I walked into the cafeteria at lunchtime, Lana Weinberger came up to me. "Hey, Amelia," she said.
Come and sit with us.
Lana wants to be my friend now because I'm a princess. No thanks, Lana, I said. I have someone to sit with. I went to sit with Tina. Lana looked shocked. Everyone in the cafeteria was staring at our table. Tina looked at me sadly, but she didn't say anything. Tina, I said at last, if you don't want to sit with me, I'll understand. Tina's eyes filled with tears. What do you mean, Mia? She said. Don't you like me anymore? Of course I like you, I said. But everyone is staring at us because of me. No, Mia, she said. They are not staring because of you. Everyone always stares at me. They stare at me because of Wahim. Wahim is Tina's bodyguard. He and Lars were sitting together at our table. The two men were talking about guns. I got mad then. I wasn't mad with Tina. I was mad with everyone else at Albert Einstein High School. Nobody talks to Tina. She's a freak, they say. She's weird. But she's a really nice girl. I want to sit with you, Tina, I said. Tina looked happier then. She started reading another romance today. She told me all about it. When Michael Moskovitz was helping me with my algebra, we had this conversation. Lily joined in too. Michael.
So you're the Princess of Genovia. When were you going to tell your friends?
Me. I didn't want anyone to know. Michael.
Why? It's not a bad thing.
Me. Are you joking? Of course it's bad. I don't want a different life. I don't want to be a princess. Lily. Mia, your dad has more than $300 million. He's never worked for it. I read this in a newspaper. Did this money come from the poor people of Genovia? Michael.
Lily, no one in Genovia has to pay anything to their government. The country is very rich. Everyone in Genovia has a good education. Maybe Mia's father gets paid well because he works very hard for his country. You're jealous.
Lily. I am not.
Michael. Yes, you are. Mia got a new hairstyle and she didn't ask for your advice first. That's why you're jealous. Then you stopped talking to her and she found a new friend. All this time, Mia had a secret and she didn't tell you about it.
Lily. To Michael. Michael, shut up. Michael, to me.
Does this guy,
pointing to Lars,
follow you everywhere? Does he go with you on dates? Will he go with you to the dance this weekend?
Me. No, because no one has asked me.